What is that sound? Bro, like, what is that sound? Okay, that's what that sound is. It's giving me anxiety. Wait, what? Phone? Hello? Is everything alright? Alright, there we go. Phone was having a crisis. What's the last mono white commander I played? We saw Avacyn the other day. That was kind of neat. Though, I think I would just play Zatalpa instead. Because I like it more. Actually, you know what? I don't know how true that is. What does Avacyn look like? That's actually kind of interesting. I've never played Avacyn. Oh, do I have voice? That card has been really... I do. Yeah, this card has been, like... I don't have Grand Abolisher, though. Hello. The heck is... What? What is that? Wait a minute, what? Wait, is the Final Fantasy thing... Why is there's a Final Fantasy card in this list, which you shouldn't, like, you can't play these. That doesn't exist yet. Oh, I get to play March? Oh, huge? What does this do? It makes 1/1s, right? I mean, it's a mana rock for my commander, and but it requires creatures being cast to make the 1/1s. I don't know if I really care about that. Also not sure if I care about Skrelv. Heliod is pretty easy to become a thing. So, if everything's indestructible, then worship works. Indestructible 1/1s that don't necessarily do much. Maybe the rest of the card is fine. Loira. Me dearest Loira. Aether Spark is actually kind of nice. Maybe Ulamog? Or Emrakul or something like that. What is Karn shut down in this format? Someone said I should play it. I can't remember what I was playing against. I think it was just Ujin. I think it's just Ujin. I don't know. Maybe there's something there. Maybe there actually is something there. Kind of doubt it, though. This is a common. It is. Hey, look at that. Look at that. Free Mythic. Actually, you know what? I don't even know if I like it more than this one. Kind of like the OG one more. After having just crafted those. This card is cool. The art's really nice. Virtue seems unnecessary. Can probably win with Approach. Probably. But I probably shouldn't try. Torpor Orb doesn't do enough for me. Leveler Sire. What's the reason Mono White plays Snowlands? The 3-mana tutor is a reason to play the Snowlands. That might be the only card, though. So. Would I want to play Pauper sometime? Well, I do like Pauper. I don't normally play, like, viewers and stuff, though. Not that I have a problem with it, I just don't normally do that. I'm not in any, like, the community discords where you play fun formats. I don't know. I'm isolationist. And a good starting commander? That is an interesting question. I'm not sure. Probably something green, I would say. Something mono green. And just play all the mana dorks. If you want to play your actual commander a bunch, maybe... Great, now I have to look. Look what you've done. Look what you've done to me. Definitely green. If you want a specific color, I can't help you too much with the mono white. Mono blue is like Baral. Mono blue is pretty self-explanatory, I think. But I wouldn't say it's like super easy or obvious why that thing. Black, probably Davriel is a good one. Ease of play, yeah, definitely Davriel for black. Red, probably a Chandra. It's just green. It's like always green. You could play a Tali, but I think your matchups are pretty bad because you're going to play against like stronger things than, you know, a new player might get a bit stomped on by other people playing this just because Atali plays against strong commanders. So probably mono green. Can't really recommend Pock. This is a fun one. I like this one. Especially if you don't put it to the command zone and you get the City's Blessing. It can be annoying to deal with this like 3 times. Nissa? I'm a huge fan of Nissa. This is another one that I would like if I was a new player. Vorinclex maybe as well. Probably not Galta. This is a legendary? I did not know this is a legendary. Wow. I did not know that. Yeah, alright. So probably one of those. Mono white, I don't know. Probably green white or green red. I don't know about mono white. I wouldn't put that in easy to play territory. Not that it's hard, but it's not the easiest thing. Oh, Chain to the Rocks? Nice. We can play Chain. Love to see it. I actually kind of like Rest in Peace. I need more for Felia. What's that other aura that exiles things? The energy one. What's the energy one? Static Prison. Alright. Avacyn's pretty cool. I'm pretty sure I've never played... Oh, actually, I should have checked. What have I done? I don't think that would deter me from, like, playing it, but... Avacyn. Have I played Avacyn? Oh, I have! I have. And it was... over a year. It was April 2 years ago. Wait, no, that's not true. It was 400 days ago. What did it look like? What did it look like? Well, wait, visual. Wait, how do you change the gallery? There we go. I was running Rest in Peace last time. I had Bag of Holding. I don't think I agree with that one right now. I had the Eternal Wanderer. A ton of board wipes, yeah. I don't actually even agree with Smothering Tithe. Though I don't hate it. I had Blast Zone. I don't agree with that one. Archivist. Okay. Oh, shoot. Karn's... yeah. Esper Sentinel. Right. Bloop. Probably Giver. Just to get around Exile. What else was I looking at? Tithe? Spare supplies? Where was my headspace? I don't like that either. Oh, Archivist. Archivist. Yeah. Archivist is probably okay. Archivist is a lot better now than it was a year ago, so. Alright, so Mana Rocks and potentially even Chrome Mox. Though that would imply I'm interested in racing to Avacyn, and I don't think I really am. I feel like it's just better than Valgavoth, too. Kind of sad. I don't hate Buried Treasure. Probably not the Mana Dorks. Though I could do them. Whoop. If ever Tablet of Completion was playable, it's probably here. Sort of like Bag of Holding. I wish the mana side of this generated an oil counter. Kind of... I don't know. The fact that it doesn't just makes me really not like it. Alright, the Aether Spark doesn't look doesn't look great. And neither does Felia. Which might be wrong. I want to reevaluate why that is. So the 4-mana mana rocks are interesting. I think. Wait, what's the weird one? What's the weird one? This one. Yeah, it doesn't look it just doesn't look like Felia works here. There are some cards where it does, but for the most part, not really. Same with Oscillate Pride. I'm not sure if it works. Wrath of the Skies is cool. I don't play this card too much. It is kind of like the white Meat Hook Massacre with extra craziness. Kleiner Plenzin is interesting. Maybe not. I don't want to blow up my mana rocks. I feel like I would just be doing that too much, honestly. Unwanted Remake, just for those early mana dorks. Destroy Evil seems pretty popular. We're over 100 cards. Life is bad. The old White Sun's Twilight, so I can two-shot people. Could run Redain as well. Okay. Anything else that I'm not thinking of? Clarion Conqueror. I don't own it. Activated abilities of artifacts, creatures. Okay, maybe actually not. I just mess up my own mana rocks. World Slayer? Alright, I don't think I'd play that one. Lyra's in 56% of Avacyn decks. It just gives Lyra or Avacyn lifelink. I mean, I get it, just feels like a little much to me. Like, why would I care about that? Smothering Tithe. Herald of War. Meh. I don't care about the angel stuff. Although Platinum Angel being indestructible is funny. But if Avacyn's indestructible, I don't think I need Platinum Angel. Oh, Baneslayer. Yes. The white Achroma. Yeah, just do not care about this angel stuff. Mind Sensor. Disenchant. Oh, Stroke of Midnight. Yeah. Farewell seems like not the best idea, but maybe it is. It's not like your commander's in play every time you cast it, right? All right, Heliod not looking too right to me. Do I even like Voice of Victory? I think I do. I don't know. Yeah, I think I do. I've had very bad luck with Kaimil. Has not felt like a successful card to me. Oslet Pride, probably wrong. As much as I like winning with a 2-mana card, that doesn't need any help. Maybe not right. Okay, yeah, Felly is also not looking like it makes it. Did I accidentally take out Laydown Arms? I did. I want that. Emrakul Weirdness? Emrakul's probably wrong. Of all the Eldrazi. Ulamog's also borderline wrong. Sire 7 death seems a little unnecessary. I'm still not a fan of Kaimil. Maybe I'll give it a shot though. I think I'm genuinely willing to give Karn, Great Creator, a shot as well. Humiliation? Could run Heliod's thing. I don't know if I like Humiliation without creatures. Like, unless I'm killing something, I don't actually like this that much. Every time I cast it, I'm kind of, like, let down by it. Without creatures in play. Yeah, alright, also it's not making it. I'm surprised there's 17 creatures in here. Is that true? I don't know if Elesh Norn is good. Yeah, I added Reprobation and Heliod's thing. I just don't like Kaimil. I just don't like it. Or Kimil. Elspeth is, again, doing her own thing. I don't interact with it in any way. Probably can do better things than that, then. Do I need ways to find Overwhelming Splendor? I'm not running any tutors. I could play could play this. This. Maybe I don't need Idyllic Tutor. Yeah, probably not. Well, if I play it and then I play Smothering Tithe, which I'm not currently running. I don't know, Smothering Tithe has not... It's not that amazing in one-on-one, just like Rhystic Study. I think it's probably better than Rhystic Study, but it's still not that amazing. I can abandon Skrelv Giver, I think. Only good when this is like already in play, and that's not really worth it. Is Overlord good? Yeah, Wintermoon's just, it's 50-50. Like, it either wins the game or it does nothing. In probably most games, it doesn't do too much, but I'm still willing to run it to get somebody good. Yeah, I don't think I like Overlord. I mean, I like it, but it's not... It's not, like, that great. It's also not great at all at 7 mana, so it's just like this 4 mana card, and... I don't know, it seems like it's doing its own thing. It doesn't play into what the rest of what we're trying to do. Forgotten Monument? What's this doing? Forsaken Monument. Oh. I'd have to run a bunch of wastes. I'd be like 50% wastes and just less planes. But that doesn't help me cast that much significance. Like, I don't think I have a problem casting. It's not like my deck is 15 10 drops or something. And it doesn't play with my lands. I would have to run wastes. There's no way I'm not running, like, I don't know, 15 wastes or something for this. I don't really want to do that. I don't have that much colorless mana. Like, there's some 4 mana rocks, but there's like, no, this doesn't make sense to me. I don't think that. Don't think that. I would actually run a mana rock. I would run Gilded Lotus. I think Gilded Lotus would just be Forsaken Monument, but like better in vastly more scenarios. Could run Gilded Lotus actually, because it would, on average, probably create more than Forsaken Monument on 5. And it also immediately taps too. I don't usually give Gilded Lotus a chance. I'm not a too big of a... Oh, that's not how it's spelled. I don't usually give that a lot of chances. No Ujin. No Ujin. I like the Pearl. I don't think I'd ever drop the Pearl. But I could drop the Mana Dorks. I think reasonably easy. That one and that one. I think that's pretty easy. Kinda not liking this Wrath of Skies, I'm not gonna lie. Maybe there's just a better sweeper that doesn't blow up my own stuff. I've seen this played in mono white quite a bit. Sure. Okay. Well, hope everyone had a good 3-day Memorial weekend. I sure did. We're here with Avacyn, Angel of Hope. 8-mana 8/8. I played this over a year ago. I don't even remember playing it, but apparently I did. It looked somewhat like this. I'm not running Redain or anything like that. I am running Archon of Emeria, and what's the new one? Voice of Victory. This thing seems very annoying, just like Grand Abolisher. I don't own Grand Abolisher. I don't think these cards are super necessary, but, you know, I kind of like them. I'm not trying to tempo people out with like a 1-drop, 2-drop, 3-drop, 4-drop, swing, swing, swing. So I took out Skrelv and the other Skrelv, Giver of Runes, because all they really do is stop us from getting exiled, but they come in early and then they don't do much until way later, and they only sometimes do something. So I don't think that's worth it just for Avacyn. It's also not impossible to cast Avacyn multiple times if it does get countered or exiled. The counter spell stuff is the more annoying of the bunch, I would say. But if I get hit by exile cards a lot, I can run protection spells, like 1-mana protection spells if I feel like that's happening too much. But I don't know if I expect that. Same with like the Aura's Witness Protection and stuff. You can just bounce it right off with protection. But until I see that happening all the time, I'm not gonna worry too much about that. So, bunch of mana rocks. Some pretty interesting things to do at the top end. Nothing too exciting though, but you know, typical stuff. I am running Search for Glory, which wants Snowlands, but nope. I'm running these. You can't stop me. I'm boycotting Snowlands. That's the mood I'm in currently. Alright, let's go. Let's do it. Oh, right. Karn the Great Creator is in here, too. Right. I just saw the notification. I don't know how often this is annoying for people, opponents, but it is something I see in mono white a lot, and that's kind of the only place I ever see it. I don't normally see it anywhere else, not that I can think of. It's usually just mono white having this kind of thing to sporadically irritate certain strategies. Same with Wintermoon, right? You're colorless, or you're a single color deck, you might as well see, you know, keep the format honest as much as possible. Wintermoon, it randomly wins games, so, you know. Alright. Oh, what's this? Oh. Oh. What have I done? Apparently the midweek thing is a draft. So we just add all the cards to it. And then we... Wait, there's a lot of cards. Wow. Was it 6 packs? Jeez. And then you just queue randomly and see if you win. Land destruction with liquid metal? Yeah, good luck. But yeah, you could do that. It's not like Karn can find it. Karn cannot find that card. Sarah's Emissary? Well, we're up against this thing. So I don't know if that means this is playable. We are so all in on Smothering Tithe, though. I don't know. Why not? Why not? This seems kind of neat. How many fairies are even in the game? I feel like there's actually not a lot. No. Well, it's blue and black. It's not just blue, so... There's probably a bunch. Alright, they cast Psychic Frog, easily the best fairy in the game. This is just the best fairy in the game. Alright, that was either a really good top deck, or doesn't do much. We'll see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I will just... Well, I mean, I only have one thing to do. Yeah, alright. There's a couple of counter spells that are annoying. There's also this just resolving and my opponent doesn't actually have a lot of mana. I didn't know this had flash. I didn't put that together. Alright, so we actually will get treasure tokens. That's pretty nice. Whoa! Alright, never mind. My opponent said no. Kinda crazy. I didn't, okay. Kinda crazy. I'm not gonna unwanted remake. That is Avacyn in the command zone. Correct. If they keep paying for Smothering Tithe, I'm going to be a bit blown away. There is no way when you're stuck on 2 mana, you should probably cast cards and just let me have mana. Like, it's not... Alright, well, hey, I mean, I'm all for it. I am literally all here. You can keep doing that. I don't think 3 damage a turn is going to get you there. Alright, I will do this now. They can find something, but again, they're stuck under like a ton of mana issues. I just don't really... I didn't even have to do that, honestly. I didn't have to do that. Okay. I could scry... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I feel like I'm just so uninterested in making any kind of move. Oh, well, alright. That kind of changes things. Alright, I'll just draw. That's fine. So, I can cast this, blow up... No, I can't blow up Kaito. I think I'm still casting it and killing the face down card. And then it's up to my opponent to deal with it. Maybe I could just cast Avacyn. They have 1 mana. Opponent only has 1 mana. It doesn't... I don't lose the game if it gets countered, right, from Wash Away. I don't really expect an unsummon, but my opponent's playing stuff I haven't seen before. I was actually thinking of this card. I had that card on my mind. I'm like, yeah, there's some rogues that this might actually like. So there are plenty of blue cards here that we don't want to see. That... What does it do? Alright, well, they found an answer. Let's get rid of Cityscape Leveler? No, we can get rid of Idyllic Tutor. Although finding that card at some point is really nice. Yeah, let's just get rid of Cityscape Leveler. And then try to dodge a counterspell. Do I cast the portal? I don't think so. No, I'm not running the destroy all permanents stuff. I could, but not really feeling those. They're good when your commander's already in play. Drown in the lock. Alright. Excellent. The Kaito ultimate is kind of scary. This is the same as just paying for Smothering Tide, so that's a little weird. Okay, they're not even trying to go for the ultimate. Alright, can I draw a land? That's interesting, but not that... Actually, this is... That's fine. That is fine. So... I don't think they want me to have this, so I'm going to recast it. Do I have to lay down arms here? No, I'd rather just play this. I'm at 6 lands exactly. This also stops my opponent from playing a land. Wandering Emperor? And I can't do anything else. So, right, this is a sorcery. Overwhelming Splendor will probably not resolve. I already have Portal. Let's just take Static Prison. No, I could take Ossification. I'm going to either 3 or 4. Looks like I'm going to 3. They got rid of the Wandering Emperor, okay. Oh, you have another flash creature? Come on. Come on. Alright, that's not quite it. Oh, I'm just dead. Alright, excellent. Didn't even see the mainland. Of course. Well, my opponent had the perfect answer for Avacyn, as is tradition. Exile top 2 cards. Okay. Opponent has Thud. Interesting. So, could have played land this turn if I played a Mana Rock last turn, but then it would probably just die before I get anything out of it. Do I blow it up now? Should probably go ahead and do that. Though... Alright, yep. Is that gonna trade? Well, guess not. Could have exiled that before they did that, honestly. Could have done that. Probably should have done that. So this, and then nothing, because rip. Slightly more ideal. Play them backwards, that's alright. Alright, well, we'll go with that. Yep. Alright, that's not gonna work out too well. Could have went to combat first, actually. Yeah, that's, probably shouldn't have blocked there, huh? You didn't even have to block. He could have just not blocked. Would you have died? Nope. Yeah, you didn't have to block, so that's on you. Good old lamb. I mean, it's probably Lom. We have to settle this. I'm pretty sure it's Lom. I think the man's name is Lom, not Lamb. Lom. It's definitely not Loom, so it's probably Lom. We were a bit mana-starved that game, but I mean, that's not true. I did actually cast my entire... I cast everything I had that game, just not my commander. So, well, that actually worked out fine, yeah. Sarkhan, alright. Shows that thing, sure. There's no way I don't play this, as much as Mana Tithe would have been excellent last turn. Okay, so... How much mana? I don't have enough mana. Alright. That's probably a really good draw. Do I play it? Kind of makes my opponent feel weird. I don't know. It's probably not right to play that. Okay. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We actually do have a White Suns here. Or, yeah, White Suns Twilight. Yeah, non-green. Also, this is an 8 mana commander, not 7. We deal damage, it deals double. So we take 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Worth it. And then I lose to Spell Pierce. Oh, cool, I didn't lose to Spell Pierce. Alright, 2-turn clock, let's go. That is really nice to see. I like that. I think there is some kind of 1-mana spell. I don't know, let me cast it. So, do I cast anything? I could cast this, but that seems reckless. It seems reckless and unnecessary. My opponent needs to play Cavern of Souls. Alright, they did not, so I think I just win. Yeah. Mana Tide. Look at that. Mana Tide and a 7-drop. So if that did hit 2 dragon... Oh, the dragon it would hit would have to be insane here. But there is definitely an argument to playing this. But with the floating blue here, let's not get hosed by Wash Away. Just gamble on them not having Cavern of Souls is right. Cool. What is that? I don't know what this is. Seen some pretty interesting things. Alright, it's a specialize. Black-red. From your graveyard, return it to the... Okay. That's odd. That is odd. I like it. I mean, the Specialize is 6 mana. That is very steep. Overwhelming Splendor is kind of lights out for a black-red creature deck, too, so... We just try to race to 8 mana here. Oh, okay, that's pretty good. I haven't seen that card in a minute, though. Yeah, like I said, we're just going to play mana and not care about anything. The heck is Flame Skull? Okay. And play this. I can just play Archon. Yep. I can't Mana Tithe. I probably wouldn't Mana Tithe here. Yeah, I mean, well, like I said, I've been saying it a few times in the past couple weeks, where this format is not, like, sweeper heavy like it is standard. The standard version of this format is very sweeper heavy. But here it's not really that necessary. I'm gonna Mana Tithe that. Because I might as well. Yep, okay. How do they beat Overwhelming Splendor? Alright, they can't beat it. They can't beat it. Woo! This is a cool card. I haven't seen this since Standard. Way back when I played Standard. But yeah, not many answers to this card, and you're not going to poke me to death, right? Especially you have to continuously kill Avacyn, which is also probably kind of hard, so cool. Alright, I will be right back. So everyone can stare at the deck list, and I expect harsh criticism by the time I come back. Alright, 3 minutes or something like that. I don't know. I'm back. Whew. Okay, what'd I miss? I missed nothing? Oh my goodness. I was promised card ideas, and nobody delivered. Shambles. Actual shambles. Why are these lit up? I don't know. Get Splendored? Oh no, someone... Do we have major stream delay? Uh-oh. What was the card that you were saying? Wait. Don't I know that card? Oh, I do. Yeah, this thing. Don't own it. You're right. Don't own Sarah's Emissary. I don't know why everyone wants to see Ujin. I don't know how Ujin works. I don't see that doing anything. Progenitus. Whoa, Progenitus. Okay, so it's like probably Golos First Sliver stuff? Huh. I haven't seen Progenitus in a long time. Archivist is probably very good against it. Though I'm on a draw. He's 7 minutes behind. Yeah. What's this do? Alright, so they have 5 mana for all cards. The only based 5-color commander? I don't know if I think that one is. Man, this is actually really, really good here. Alright, problems. This is insanely good here. Oh, I can't. Oh, wait. There we go. Yeah, the Joda Leyline. Oh, opponent, was that super important? Oh, no. Oh, sweet. Alright. I guess that was very important. What is that thing? I have no idea what that emote is. Oh, hey, it's Ujin. But it's the weird one. It's the really weird Ujin. Does that change anything? Kind of? I don't think I like this hand. I definitely don't like that hand. Alright, well, this is bad. Alright, we're just gonna... We're doing this. We're just hoping Farewell wins. I was about to say, there is no way you have an Ornithopter there. Is this an Ornithopter? No, it's a construct. Orthopter, not Ornithopter. I do exile my own artifacts. Might be a problem. Have you missed anything? Nope. Do I even play this here? Do I even play this? I think I do. They only have one artifact, so... They only have one artifact. There's a chance they play another here. Maybe even two more. No, that's not it. Is this when it dies or when it leaves? When it dies. Huge. Alright, so we have a really good... Why didn't they swing with the hanger back? Oh, they want to do the thing. Alright, yeah, we're gonna exile all creatures. Can play Avacyn next turn, and I don't think there's anything Colorless can do about it, except, like, Eldrazi and Portal. I will keep Ossification, still always right to loot. 5, so, yeah. Can I play this first? 5, 6, nope, I cannot. Alright, Avacyn. You're up. Do some stuff. There are no colorless cards that they can play to stop this, and I can kill this if they play it. Could be a combo deck. I kind of doubt that, though. I might not have had the time. Oh yeah, they could have the other Ujin. That is true. They could have it. Which would probably be a huge issue, actually. I can't even find... Wait, did I take out Ulamog? Does anyone know? Everyone who was staring at the deck list while I was gone. Is Ulamog in it? Can I find it off this? I don't know if Ulamog's in our deck. I don't think it is, but I don't want to go look. But it's not like the overwhelming Splendor does anything anyway. Okay, well I can find it now. It's still there? Alright. Overwhelming Splendor just gets blown up by this anyways. Oh, it doesn't, because it's indestructible. But it probably serves us right to just simply avoid exile effects on vulnerable permanents, because we don't have to worry about that. I should probably kill that. Okay, that was an easy draw to satisfy my idea of killing things. I will kill the token because I get an extra permanent dealt with. Wait a minute. No, I have to do this because they have a second flyer. Alright, good thing I didn't mess that up. There's no reason to activate Celestius. Can I even activate it? 3, 1, 2, 3. Oh, I could have. Yeah, I don't think I'd do that though. Alright, this kind of gives me combo vibes. Yeah, I like Retrofitter Foundry. When your opponent doesn't have Ornithopter on turn 1. Probably a very good idea to not let Mystic Forge solo me. And I will keep the Obelisk around because there's no reason to use it and crack it now. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, there's no reason to do it now. Alright, cool. Yeah, there's not really any board wipes. Portal to Phyrexia is no longer going to do anything. Cityscape Leveler doesn't do anything because they're indestructible. Ulamog would be interesting. Emrakul's uncastable. Yeah, there's just a lot of the things that could answer us are way too far away from being utilized here. They also didn't exile the top of their deck just now, but it cost them more than 3 because they didn't just cast it. So, I wonder what it could have been that made it worth it to not remove it, but concede anyways. Cool. Does indestructible matter? Sometimes. It did there. In that specific game it did. But there's a lot of edicts. And there's a ton of, like, frogifies, like witness protection. Exile effects aren't too crazy, though. But they are definitely out there. Like, this matchup, they probably have a lot of answers. Outside of counter spells. You won't play against Ketramos, though. If you played against Ketramos, then yeah, that's yeah. But you're not going to play against Ketramos with this. That is probably an auto loss, though. Yeah, I'll play this. Seems like a bad counter spell. I would like to try to blow that up. So I will. This has flash? Oh, it does. That's adorable. Go to combat. Not gonna play this. I could activate the Guardian Idol. Kind of weird, though. I don't lose the game if this gets countered. You don't really want to counter ramp spells. Okay, so it looks like... What is this? Memory Deluge? Exile top 3 cards of your library face down, then pile of 3 cards, another face down, look at the pile, piles, alright. Well, they could have countered it if I waited. Choose a pile to put to your opponent's hand. They do not have lands in their hand? So, there you go. I have 6 damage. Probably best to simply play out Avacyn. I can also just play this. So now it's just exile effects. Lands River's Rebuke. Perfect Edict. They did not kill the right creature, in my opinion. A bit odd. Alright, so I have lethal with a mana rock that could be very difficult to deal with. We did it. We did it. Look at that. Get schmieded. Awesome. Yeah, we just... How much life did they lose? I wasn't paying attention. Is it just 3 life? Okay. Yeah, I don't know if they could have killed the Esper Sentinel there, because the math makes it awkward. Because it's like half your life total plus another 2. Maybe it's still a 2-turn clock regardless. But, yeah. This didn't do anything, though. Other than kill my opponent. Didn't, no searching. No searching there. No, they show me a pile of 3 lands because they need lands. My opponent needed lands. So I just gave him the non-land pile. There was probably a land in that pile, though, so maybe it was always right to take the 3 lands. But, I don't know. If I can... Yeah, I'm just give him the random pile. Zergo doesn't like to see this, but I don't know, it's on a play and it has time. I mean, I assume this is Sacred Fountain. No, it's not. Alright. Okay. Alright. We need land, and we need it, like, really, really soon. Okay, I can proceed to do nothing. Probably want to kill this thing, although maybe a treasure token is fine. Yeah, maybe a treasure token is just fine. They get rid of Skrelv and Lightning Bolt, wow. I should probably kill that. Alright, lands are bust. Okay, well, we sorta got there. There's no counter spell, right? Nothing like that. They put the wrong pile face up? That'd be funny. I mean, the other pile could have been, like, anything. Could have been anything at all. Creatures you control get split whenever a creature you control enters. Alright, so it's a matter of do we stabilize after what's about to happen to our face. There's a good chance we don't stabilize here. We also lose the Mind Stone, so everything's pretty painful here. Right? Yep. I mean, there's no way I don't do this, so... This doesn't have haste, does it? Nope. I think that's a good sign. That was also a good sign. So can I... Nope, can't do anything. Can I? Nope. I will kill this immediately. because there could be... They have Skreld, so I'd rather not get hit by something like that. And dead. Alright. Yeah, just didn't stabilize. I could have not exiled artifacts, but then my opponent has treasure tokens. I don't think if I keep my Mind Stone and I play this... Okay, I think that was right. Yeah, right. It was probably a mistake with that. I should have just not traded Mind Stone. Oh well. Though I think we're still dead if we do, because they get treasure tokens, and those treasure tokens let them push more damage and offset the mana I get. I have like one less turn with it. So yeah, okay, I'm just dead regardless. Unless I misremembering. Oh, they have our first Esper Sentinel on turn 1, but it's against this, so rip. Oh no, they have Minotithe. Tragic. Alright. Tragic. Probably one out in that, though. I drew off of Esper Sentinel where I thought it was probably not going to happen this game. So I would argue I probably won out. I mean, you're not trading. Oh, there you go. Let's play this. What does Blue Timber do? For each color? Okay. Oh, come on. Bruh. Bruh. Yep. Do I play this Search for Glory? Why would I do that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's reasons. There are reasons. Those reasons being all of these cards. One Ring is interesting. Could they severely struggle to stop Serra? That feels kind of wrong to ever worry about. Probably just get the One Ring. It feels kind of dumb to not get the One Ring here, I think. Although we could get a Sweeper. No, let's get the One Ring. I'm not trading with Ragavan, so... Alright, they didn't even give it haste. They did give it haste, of course. Silly me. Alright. Rocco's busted? I don't think that at all. Good old Archivist coming in when it doesn't need to. Okay, is Farewell good? These are treasure tokens, which are, yet again, profoundly annoying. There's not much I can do about that. I think I should exile these treasure tokens. No, I lose too much. I think I lose too much, so... I don't know. Let's see what happens. I'm all in. feel like I lose too much, but I don't know, maybe I don't. Okay. Play this. Play this. Yep. Okay, well. What do they have that deals with this? Apparently nothing. Alright. Anim Pakal, that certainly isn't it. Does this... Alright, we did it! We did it. Yep, just no answer for Avacyn. And this is all just an ever-increasing nightmare at this point. But yeah, I definitely kill Rocco here. And Mana Tithe can probably at some point actually do something. It's not completely dead. We did replace a card, like the Esper Sentinel did draw. And it was definitely right to take the One Ring, so cool. Maybe the only questionable thing was exiling my artifacts, just to hit theirs. But no, it worked out, so. I don't know, Rocco's kind of... This is the equipment Nahiri, right? Yep. Oh no, they have Solitude. Oh no, they have Solitude. So there goes any prospect of... Bro, Archivist just... I want it to draw once, please. Just one time, Archivist, come on. Come on, buddy. All of this stuff happened and just, I need you to do it one time. This finds an equipment immediately, that's annoying. I guess I'm just not playing Lauren. Do I care about this? No, not at all, actually. Not at all. Only the top part, which I can't do anything about. They did not get a protection from White Sword. Which is unusual, in my opinion. I will do this. Yep. Probably get rid of Cityscape Leveler. Feels a bit useless. Or, you know, costly. That was 2 spells, right? Yep. 5, 6, 7. Solitude. Probably better than Lay Down Arms. I want to keep the land, though. Plenty of white answers for Avacyn. We know about Solitude, and I'm sure they're almost at the point where they could just actually hardcast it, too. I can also just lose to an army of tokens. Still know about Solitude, so I can't do anything about it, so I literally can't do anything about it. Alright. Well, we lost to red-white Jink. Tragic. If I didn't discard it, I guess I could have cast it. Yeah, it doesn't feel like that solves anything, but it solves one thing, maybe. Still get exiled, so... Oh wait, I thought my opponent's name was Kill It, and they're Cody. That's funny. I could Punishment Cody, assuming my opponent goes to cast it when it makes sense to cast it. We do have Karn as well. This hand is very loose. This is just super loose. Could also just lose to Mana Dork here. Looks like I'm going to. Alright, looks like I lost. Well, I can keep playing, but I doubt I can do anything. I think we're going to take out Sarah. Hasn't done anything. So, Gilded Lotus into nothing that matters. This is the only thing that kind of matters. At this point, I can't afford... No, I can't afford to play something else. Alright. I can technically afford to do this, so... I'm going to assume... Karn buys me one turn. If that. Opponent gets rid of random giant whale. Okay. That's a treasure token? Yep. They did not leave up mana. Probably slight mistake for the opponent. Do I play this? And if so, why? Probably should just genuinely play this at this point. Yep. I'm not going to animate my Skyclave Relic. They can't tap the treasure anyways with Karn in play, but probably doesn't matter too much. Okay, so we have to make this move now, which I don't think is a long-term thing, but we'll see. I don't think there's anything I could draw here. Nope. Alright, well, does this do anything? Probably not as good as this. I'm just going to cast this. Cody looks like it's going to blitz to a reanimate spell. Kind of what I feel like's happening. It's just blitz for reanimate spell. Because it's all like 3-mana spells. So they just have 2-mana spells that are reanimate spells. For Griselbrand. But I don't know if I can beat Griselbrand, even with infinite treasure tokens. I don't know. We can try. I don't really see it happening. It's just reanimate. This feels really not good for Cody, but it's gonna work here. It's gonna work here. Just doesn't feel like the best thing to do with Cody. It's kind of neat, though. Yeah, if we had the Gilded Lotus still, we probably could have won this. Well, that's not totally true, actually. That's not true. Alright, so they reanimate Griselbrand, and they have a bunch of mana. Presumably counter spells and all that jazz, so... Oh, they didn't... Oh. Wait, I thought you had to cast this first. I mean, it's always Griselbrand anyways, but... Wait, what? Return target creature you control attack... Okay, that's still the same exact outcome. Okay, this still doesn't fundamentally change anything. But now they can get 2 creatures. Again, I don't know how much that matters. Looks like it kind of does matter. Five, 6, 7. Yeah, again, I don't think Overwhelming Splendor does anything anyways, but... Maybe they make a mistake here? Nope, of course they don't. I also don't get to cast Avacyn unless they go twice, which is possible. Maybe not super likely. I think it's probably just once. Yep. I will make a 4/4 Angel. It's definitely the best that card is going to do for us. So. Alright, so I have to have them not draw anything. Not very likely. Alright. So Sarah comes out. I don't know if I like... I could run a different sweeper instead of that card, actually. I don't really like the new Elspeth in this deck. I mean, you could try it. I'm sure there's somebody that likes it. I'm not really big on it here, well... Just not big on it. I don't really care about the plus or the 0, and I don't know why I would run it at that point. I don't think I want Rest in Peace. Yeah, I mean, that's how I played it when I played Elspeth. I think I played it in Standard like that. And then in Historic Brawl, I played, like, slightly more things that care about tokens. I don't know, I guess we can try it. I'm just not really excited about it. It's not... It doesn't feel that great. But it's not the worst card I could put in my deck, so... I would not call it an auto-include, though. That's... I would absolutely not call it an auto-include. For a mono white. Unless you're a token deck, then there you go. Alright, well, it just threw us against Keenan. That's weird. Avacyn doesn't even resolve against Keenan. Good old MMR, I guess. Keenan on the play, too, yep, because it totally needed that. I can cast these two, and then I can lose after that. So that's cool. Do I keep this? I should probably just concede, right? I don't think I can beat this. Probably, yeah, I think I'm envisioning myself wasting my time. Also, my opponent, for some reason, has to think about their hand. Does it have a Minidork? Yes, no, mulligan, don't mulligan. It's not rocket science. You're a Keenan player. Come on. How do Keenan players have opponents? Wait, other Keenan players? What do you mean? Or my opponent... Maybe my opponent was in queue for like 20 minutes because nobody was queuing into them. That's why they were AFK there. Because they've been in queue for like 10 minutes. The game can't find anyone to pit them against. So it's like, oh yeah, here's an Avacyn player. There you go. You two have fun. Hope you enjoy each other. I could probably cast Avacyn and then lose to, like, a bunch of completely random things that, like, don't even really matter that much. Alright, I lost my Mana Rock. Wasn't expecting that. Lost it with an interesting card, too. Alright. That does slow me down. This is the upkeep thing, right? I'm gonna play Obelisk here? For sure? Yeah. What does that do? Does that hit my... Okay. They only see that card, though. They don't see the rest of the hand, which is nice. Untimely Malfunction? Oh, is that what they played? Yeah, it's fair. Look at all those upkeeps, chat. Look at all those upkeeps. 4, 5, 6. So we play this and we swing, or do we not swing? I think not swinging is right. I think not swinging is correct. There's a chance I might have to really block here. Alright, well, I guess not. Never mind. Alright. Well, I have the Avacyn, but that doesn't mean I win. They had the counterspell, so get wrecked. Looks like no Edict in hand. Huge. You can swing, yeah, let's go with Menace. Alright, look at that. Look at that. Cavern of Souls, right in the face of 500 open mana for what is obviously a counterspell, and yep. Cool, get wrecked. I mean, I like CDH. I play Keenan. I play Keenan, Sithis, and that's about it, actually. But I don't expect to play against Spaghetti Noodle, you know, like 9 to 5 dad with 2 hours to play a week. Like, I don't expect to play against that person. I expect to play against Keenan and Sithis and Rusko. The poor Rusko players almost teetering on the edge of homelessness, where they can't exist on the top as efficiently as they used to. It's kind of funny. Okay. Strange. Slightly less strange. Hilarious. Alright, I guess the Silex was too much for him? Yeah. I mean, I'm probably cracking it. Right? Maybe I don't even have to. I could probably just sit behind this for a while. Modified creature. Okay, it's probably a good idea to blow it up, to be honest. Yeah, alright. Tezzeret. Another Esper Sentinel game. Went from having none to all of them. Plunderer's Prize for 0. It finds Chrome Mox. Okay. Interesting. I feel like I should just exile that card, because my opponent invested so much into doing that. Yeah. Especially with Esper Sentinel in play, this could just be really good. Alright, look at that. It actually was. Cool. I feel like I just played a game of Legacy. Alright. They're both kind of the same. This one probably slightly better right now. Alright, I wasn't sure if sweepers would be good here. Do I have to... I don't actually have to make a move here. And if I do, well, then maybe I'll regret it in the future, but I'm gonna do this. Smothering Tithe? Because Winter doesn't like Smothering Tithe? So, sure. Rest in Peace would probably be what I would have gotten there if I had it. Winter Moon. Well, here's where it is really, 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 really good. think I just won the game. Alright. My opponent's back to turn 1. Oh, if only I had faith. Man, if this was in play for that. I guess it wouldn't really fundamentally change that much, but still tragic. Alright. Which one? They have to blow up Winter Moon, so I keep my Smothering Tithe. Well, that's pretty good, but we're gonna cast this first. So what does Jund do other than Edicts? Which I would be a little bit surprised to see. They did have Liliana the Veil, though. Guess it's not that surprising. That completely whiffs. That doesn't work, opponent. It doesn't work. Avacyn got someone, chat. It got somebody. Look at that. They cast a destroy effect and it didn't do anything. I'm gonna keep this in hand. I don't need it, so. This is also exactly 14. Oh no, it's not a... Oh! Okay, that one lives. That one lives. I was gonna say, this is not a 3-3. It doesn't live through Elish Thorn. Literally unplayable because of that exact scenario. And for no other reason. Fatal pushes in their deck. Alright, can we kill them? We can, right? Yeah, alright. They actually know about this card, too. Sweet. Look at that. Look at that. I've only seen Soul Shatter like once. That's not really played too much. Shield's Edict is, though. Am I scrying? I don't think so. Though it wouldn't be the worst idea. Could have also played Witch Enchanter there actually as a tap land. Would have been right. Alright, let's see, do they have it? Do they have it? Let's find out. They do not have it. Unbelievable, chat. They don't have it. Literally unbelievable. Cannot believe. Okay. I mean, we know they just found a vampire. Looks like they don't have a good one. Yep. Am I killing Soren? I think so. Doing it in combat's fine. They can't use the map tokens right exactly now. Yeah, I think that's fine. I do have the one ring. My opponent doesn't want Necropotence? Whoa. That seems nuts to me. Alright, just leave up Solitude? Because I don't want to play the One Ring right now? Yeah. Probably just cast Solitude on the 3/3. Okay. And I will trade because it's very unlikely. Very, very unlikely that... Well, I could just not trade. Maybe that's fine. Maybe that's just fine. Like, if they kill it, they just cast a spell to kill it, and it's like... Who cares? Wow. I have not seen that creature in a very long time. That's pretty cool. Remember when this was like $30? I remember. They have to now kill my stuff. That doesn't kill my stuff. Okay. They did not kill my stuff. Interesting. Stuff is unkilled. Huge and true. Trading life favors us? I think. Okay, wait a turn. There's almost no downside. I think if we both gain life, it favors me than the other way around, so... Alright, so it's just Edicts and Exile. Sure. Still not gonna scry with the Maze Mind's Tome. This is not indestructible, unless I'm not understanding something. Pretty sure that's not indestructible. Okay. Interesting. Don't get that. Maybe they didn't No? There has to be like a Grasp of Darkness, maybe? Ah, alright. So we found the reason. It's one of the most annoying reasons, but it's a reason why they did what they did. Oh, never mind. It doesn't work, chat. I had this same issue before. I thought you could Toxic Deluge through lethal damage. Yep. I thought that would work. That's the second time that's happened. It happened when we were playing Ulamog. And I'm like, oh no, it's gonna die if I block a 10-10 to like a -2/-2 or something, but that's just not how it works. Cause yep, alright. Cool. Doesn't come up too often. They should have, they had to pay 8 life, which would have, you know what, if they did pay 8 life there, they were probably totally fine. They would lose Kalitas though, so maybe not. But if they did kill Avacyn, that was keeping them in the game longer. I could have actually replayed it though. I could have replayed it and they lost Kalitas, so I don't think that would have saved them. No, that wouldn't have saved them. Okay. I didn't even see what I was playing against. Shoot. Okay. Well, we like that, I think. We like doing nothing for 2 turns as well. This is Historic Brawl, that's kind of hard to get away with. Sure? I feel like I don't care about that. Should I care about that? No, not really. There you go. There you go. Have that. You know what? That was probably a waste. That was probably a genuine waste. I might have not needed to do that. Too late. Okay, I'm gonna have to Solitude that, right? Yeah. Tajik is one of those cards that does stuff for some reason. Still gonna name Angel here, because it doesn't really matter. This is non-giant, right? Yep. Oh, I'd love to see that. Love to see that. Just be mana efficient. Yeah, the Heliod's Punishment was a huge waste. Tajik's atrociously designed. It is definitely strange. I'll give you that. It's a very strange card. Speaking of strange, I don't think I win this back and forth with their Elspeth. But, alright. There's Resolved first, so whoop-de-doo. What is the... It's just a -3, okay. Yep, look at that. Perfect answer. Excellent. Look at them go. Look at them have all the things they need. I'm wondering if I was supposed to play Lamb first. Lam. Probably, but now that I didn't, Might as well cast this. I'm not going to cast a sweeper. It's only 4, 5, 6, 7. It's only 14 in the air, which is not lethal. Oh, it doesn't fly anymore, excuse me. So now it's, I guess, technically only 4 damage. I don't have a way to stop Elspeth from coming back, and it will come back, so... I'm going to block 1 and make my opponent think that there's no board wipe. I'm going to make him think there's no board wipe. I think that's valuable by keeping one of these around. But we'll see. It could be... in vain. Still gonna cast it, though. And... I don't know how to come out of this Elspeth coming back. 4, 5, 6, 7... Yeah, I don't know. But with this in play, maybe it doesn't matter. I'm surprised my opponent's upset. I feel like I'm just losing this game in every conceivable way, but okay. Yep. Opponent sends the snooze emote, even though they're literally not losing the game. You got it. Wise beyond their years, I guess. Like, you're getting Elspeth back, too, and I can't stop it. Alright, yep. There you go. I'll give you a snooze that actually matters and has meaning. Right back at you there. Kind of been fine with the cards in here. I don't think there's anything that has felt bad. No, not really. Rest in Peace probably did want to be in here. Maybe. Yeah, we messed up the Heliod's punishment. That could be the reason why we... Oh, no, they had Giver of Runes. It wouldn't have actually done anything. Okay, never mind. I don't like Archon. I haven't liked Archon. How many games would Rest in Peace... It was just against, I think, only Cody where it would have done something, and there isn't any... And I might not have actually have been able to find it, so I don't think I would have, like, technically had it that game. I don't know, Rest in Peace feels like Winter Moon. It's either good or it just doesn't do anything. There are Delve cards and stuff. It's not terrible. We do not care about a graveyard at all, right? Yeah. I'm sure there's just a better card to run, though. Stopping ETBs? Well, if I was going to do that, I'd play Torpor Orb. I wouldn't play Elish Norn. Again, I don't actually think there's a lot of ETBs we really stopped. I don't think there were. Or there have been, so I don't actually like that. I don't like that. I don't like Curse either. Curse of Silence. Maybe I do. I've been not sacking it, and that's been pretty nice. Like, they play their commander, and I just don't sack this. And it costs more again after I, like, sweep the board or whatever. I mean, it's a pretty universal card. It's one of those cards that's almost never bad. Like, in every single matchup, which definitely has value. Instead of having randomly bad matchups like Winter Moon. Knight of the White Orchid. Doesn't that blow up your... Wait a minute. I feel like this happened before. I don't think I own it. Isn't it just like the new one I own? Yeah, I only own the new one. I don't own this. I could craft it. But, I mean, it is a pretty universally good card in mono white. Haven't given it much of a chance. I would not replace a Mana Rock with it, though. No, never do that. It'd probably replace just something expensive that hasn't really done much. Like Cityscape Leveler. Hasn't done much. When I'm at 8 mana, I've noticed I'm either casting Avacyn and my opponent deals with it and I'm losing, or they can't deal with it and I'm winning. Whereas I'm almost like never actually going to cast Cityscape Leveler on turn 8. Or when I have 8 mana for the first time, it's like always going to be Avacyn. So maybe I should just drop Cityscape Leveler. And I'm so deep into this. I'm not going to craft this right now. I'm not going to craft it. The same logic is with Portal to Phyrexia. Casting Sweepers is... I don't struggle with that, and I don't really care about the reanimate side of this thing. I don't think almost any game cares about that. So let's move on from that one, I think. I mean, yeah, it's better than a Mana Rock when it works. I'm not doubting that. Kind of goes without saying. It's better than a Mana Rock when it is online and gets you a land. Otherwise, it's literally worse in every single way. Ooh, I kind of like Spellbinder. You know what? No, I don't. Gideon would be funny, but once Avis is in play, people are conceding. I don't actually have to Gideon my commander. Same with gaining at life and stuff. Gain life, seek a card, highest mana value among cards, very less equals the amount of life you gain this turn. I don't think I like that. That's really slow. I think I would rather play Lyra. I'd probably rather just play Lyra. Or even Baneslayer. No, okay, not Baneslayer, but probably Lyra instead of whatever this. Yeah, I don't. Not about that one here. But speaking of Seek cards. What is this getting? Oh, it can't get anything. I don't reach the requirement. What is Faceless Agent getting? Human? Probably not that exciting. If it got Lom every game, that'd be great. Sort of. Not really, but it'd be interesting. It's not going to, though. No, this just doesn't make sense. Yeah, but Lyra flies and has first strike. Oh wait, this has first strike. So yeah, Lyra just flies. I don't know. White, mono white, like you have a 5/5 in play that costs 5. You cast a sweeper so it can actually do something. It's only your turn, it's not the opponent's turn, so blocking with it doesn't really accomplish anything. And then it gets random. I would just play a card draw spell. Just play a card draw spell that doesn't cost 5 and dies to my own board wipes. Such as, but not limited to. Probably not Caretakers. You saw a Paradox engine with that commander? That's really weird. Oh, I like Season, actually. Do I? Wait, that might be a lie. I can exile two things. Yeah, I mean, the opponent draws off that, but that's probably fine. I didn't think of Season. Spirit of the Labyrinth is funny. We can't play Narset. This is definitely funny. I feel like the only card draw I'm going to truly enjoy is like the colorless stuff. I'm a fan of Sunset Pyramid. Like draws 3 instead of 4 like Maze Mind's Tome. Though I don't even know why this has this. Oh, because when you run out of counters you can continue to scry. We played Spare Supplies in the last Avacyn deck. I'm not even sure I would say that's a good idea at this point in Historic Ball's lifespan. Same with Sunset Pyramid. Actually, you know what? I think someone played this against us. We played against Avacyn the other day, and I'm pretty sure someone played Sunset Pyramid. I almost like it more than Bankbuster. This draws how many? It's the same, right? It just stops scrying and is a vehicle. Okay, Bankbuster's probably just straight up better than Pyramid. Not because of the 1/1, but it can situationally be good to have that as a creature. If I can crew to like get around a Sheoldred's Edict too, which is kind of funny. Treasure Map? I don't like Treasure Map. I don't like Treasure Map. Don't think I like that one. This goes on Planeswalkers, right? No. Yeah? Maybe that's better than... No, it's not better than this. It really is mostly for Planeswalkers, though. Did I take out Portal? I did. Could probably also just take out Ulamog. Yeah, by the time we cast it seems as though when we're casting Avacyn, the game is starting to get decided almost immediately. If they kill it, I'm kind of losing. If they don't, I'm like winning. So I don't know if anything that costs more than Avacyn, or even as much as Avacyn, is ever feels too ideal. Except maybe my tried and true curse, overwhelming. What's it called? Overwhelming Splendor. Holy Lands. I have no answer to Sanctum of All, and that is usually the best thing this deck does, and kind of the only thing it does. Yeah, Treasure Map's just very, very, very slow. Alright, we did nothing for 2 turns. That usually means you've lost. But we'll see. Pick up the tap land? Oh. No, I cast this. It can technically draw, and I think I will draw with it. I don't know if life total is super relevant in this matchup. Although I'm not specifically looking for anything. Though that will take a card out of my hand, so yeah, let's just draw. Could proliferate it now. Seems hardly worth it. Okay, well, could just play this. I value privacy, so yeah, I don't want my opponent to see my hand. Alright. Looks like that actually worked out. No Sanctum of All, so we just win. So we just win. What do you think? Can we get 2 more wins before I'm done? I'd actually be kind of surprised. I'm surprised we even got 15 wins. Wow. Avacyn's not what I... Getting 15 wins with a commander Avacyn's really not up there for me, accomplishing that goal. This is a 6-card hand. I don't think Karn does anything. It does stop treasures, but not realistically. They can just kill Karn very easily. I'm going to try, because the rest of the hand is just fine. Opponent's playing with the luck sleeves. Tragic. Not a good sign for us. I would assume if you're mulliganing to 5, you're always playing a Mana Dork with this deck. No, I guess not. Wow. Alright, they played the 2 colors that are not great for you in a green strategy. They just don't have green. Okay. Interesting. And that's annoying, but is it worth doing anything about? I feel like it isn't. Wait, hold on. No. Alright, we just let them play their commander and then struggle against the barrage of treasure tokens. Could be annoying. This is a very linear strategy, but I don't like my situation currently. Karn plus feels like it's... Is that right? Karn plus reprobate here, it doesn't die and they don't have treasure tokens? Alright. I like it. I like it. I like it as much as I do. This is probably the best Karn can possibly be, so... No additional haste threat. Kind of crazy. Swinging at Karn, too. They're actually swinging at Karn. They respect Karn. There's an argument to just ignoring Karn. Opponent doesn't deem that argument worthy. We drew basically the same as drawing a land here. Basically. I'd probably prefer to have drawn a land instead of Mind Stone, but it's the same thing, I guess. 4, 5, 6... So we can cast Avacyn. They cannot recast that, so I'm a bit surprised they'd sent it here. You need way more mana to cast that again. They found a land off the top. I mean, if you're going to use the black mana, you might as well, right? It's not like this is doing anything else, so fair enough. This Karn was definitely a very good idea. They've invested an obscene amount of stuff into it. I would rather cast Overwhelming Splendor here than cast Avacyn. Looks like there's a green protection spell. It could be a combat trick. So maybe Karn is doomed. Though I think it's already done everything it needs to. Alright, yeah, look at that. Karn shut down their mana. And survived a bunch of damage. They spent so much trying to kill this, and it didn't do anything other than stop the treasure tokens that are already gone. I really think they should have been swinging at me. Maybe there's a bit of a sort of like autopilot brain where you just commit because it's a planeswalker. It's like, oh, I'm always swinging at the planeswalker, but like it's not actually doing anything. If I find an artifact worth reanimating, or becoming a creature it is, but I'm never going to do that with these, right? Like, why would I ever do that? Especially with removal spells that are probably stranded. So I'm probably just not doing that. The minus is also doing nothing. So yeah, I don't know if they should have pushed the damage here. I don't know what I would be at, though. I'd be at like 10? I'm not sure. Alright. I like this hand. They didn't have any good attacks? Yeah, I guess not. I guess not. I don't... Yeah, it wouldn't have been pushing me to lethal. But I think it would have been at 8. I don't know, it's hard to commit to Sarkhan. I just wouldn't have committed so much to Sarkhan. Especially without any charger tokens at that point. But, I don't know the hand. White. Oh. Oh, I guess that was literally you. Oh, okay. Yeah, alright, fair enough. We've been discovered. So, Mana Rock and Reprieve. Why do they always have the Whelp? What is with this card? Bro, every time I play against Sarkhan, it has a Whelp. I think every single time I have played against it. Not like just today, it just they've had that every game. Kind of weird. I mean, it's really good, but I mean, it's not that good. So, do I sweep this board? Probably, right? My opponent doesn't have any mana. So, Angel, exile, creatures. Your hand was trash, yeah. Yeah, you went a turn without casting anything, so I kind of imagined it was. Okay, we got something in play. Alright, we got that. Wow. I misunderstood what we were playing against. Some kind of aggressive thing. Don't know how I feel about that. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright, we can get the card and probably win, because Mono Red is not going to do much about that. I don't think. You like my channel? Thanks, I like my channel too. I think. Appreciate you. Only when I'm not raging. At other points, maybe. Alright, my opponent discounted some of the best things to discount in order for the game to continue. Does this have haste? No, it doesn't. Okay. I'm not sure if I can stabilize here. Yeah, I mean, it's strange if you don't have the best card in your deck every single time. Well, I think there's a pretty obvious burn spell coming here. I feel like that's what was going on. Struggling deeply to cast it for some reason. Alright, there you go. Yep, that just lost to a 2-mana card. Could have played Avacyn and maybe lived. I don't know. I don't think I'm living with Avacyn in play. No, I don't think I'm alive there, no. They just go over the top with the burn spell twice. It's 4, yeah, I'm just dead, okay. Yep, they just... The Dragon Whelp was better than Sarkhan. Dragon Whelp was just insane there. Alright, I have probably the best cards in my deck, specifically against this commander, but we'll see what happens. I don't have any additional mana. opponent has the perfect answer. Oh, tracks. I draw literally nothing. Also tracks. Perfect curve yet again. I think I have to play Hedron Archive, which is unbelievable, but... Actually, no. No. I'm gonna blow up this thing, so I don't lose to that thing. That doesn't... Okay. This feels basically unwinnable. Alright, whatever. Yep, they literally had just the perfect ultimate stuff, so... Played around Esper Sentinel the entire game, and I was stuck on 2 lands. Alright. You got it. Did it? I don't know. I'm not aware of that Alchemy Dragon changing and doing something else. I don't expect Wintermoon to scam this person. Could try. No, it's just so unlikely. It's just... no. On the play with the ramp spell. 3-minute commander. Probably have to do it all the time. It's funny how this like catapults your chance to win by like 10-15%. It's like just insane. Nuts how much that increases your odds. I will probably just let him draw. I could probably mill the first time. With Smothering Tithe, I don't feel too bad about that card existing. Alright, well, here's the power of Kami just being better than anything else my opponent's done. Cool, that was a fun game. I hope you all enjoyed playing against On the Play 1-drop and winning because of it. Kind of tragic. Which Omnath is this? Okay. Sure. On the draw without a Mana Dork. Look at the difference. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? I'm gonna get Smothering Tithe here, because it's a profoundly good card to play next turn. What did they just say? Okay. I was about to say, that's a little weird. They did pay for it, so they're not casting Explore? Oh, they are. They play counter spells, so I don't really know what I'm to do here. Oh, I guess they're not playing. They could have a bounce spell, maybe. Who knows? There's certain cards they can run that I can't interact with. I will play Avacyn, but can I play this first? 1, 2, 3, 4. No. Nope. I will also not attack, because I can start zeroing and just force them to have a solution to what I'm doing. I will draw because I anticipate that not mattering again. With we double our treasure tokens with Elspeth as well, but the mana doesn't really do anything for us. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 12 plus 4. That's not enough. You hate the Jellypeen and all of its incantations? I draw literally nothing. Sounds about right. Oop, that's not what I wanted to do. Land, 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 and land. Alright, very fun. I hope you all had fun. There is almost no way I win this game, but I guess I'll pass. I'm not even sure a board wipe saved me, and I'm not sure. Alright, falling asleep. Okay, I've had my fill. We didn't get the last win. That's alright, though. That's alright. That's alright. Alright. So I gotta say, I'm kind of impressed with Avacyn. There are games where it just wins when you play it. Not everybody has a Frogify, an Exile effect. Honestly, bounce spells aren't too scary unless they're coupled with counter spells and you don't have your Gathering or something, but didn't actually see too many counter spells. I did, for some highly unusual reason, I don't know what... This is probably the most egregious I've ever seen it, but I played against a Keenan deck. I don't even think it's worth playing it out. Like, if you see Keenan and you're playing Avacyn, you probably just auto-concede. I don't think you can win even if they skipped 3 turns. They have, like, an infinite amount of weird stuff. All the big blue-green stuff you just can't cleanly answer is going to get you eventually. And then all the Eldrazi, it's just, I don't know. That was very weird, but it didn't happen too much, fortunately. The ability for this to win the game is definitely there. Is it better than Satalpa? Probably. I like Satalpa more because I think Satalpa's like awesome. But Avacyn giving your other things indestructible is arguably, you know, probably better than Satalpa, but I don't know, I'm biased towards Satalpa. Even mono black decks don't always have the answer for this. It has to be an exile effect, it has to be an edict. They don't always have an answer. There's also a ton of decks that kind of stop doing high-powered things, right? All of the super high-powered things are like 1, 2, and 3. So there might just be less room for people to play in their deck answers to stuff like this, right? Because you have to come prepared for all of the other things the format's doing that are way more powerful and way faster. So this is definitely not like a beatdown kind of thing. It's just mono white control, like Redain and, again, Zatalpa. Mostly Redain, though. I like all the sweepers, right? It lets you offset the loss of value when your opponent, say, is drawing a bunch of cards and playing a bunch of creatures. If you can't draw as much as them, they're going to have to find 2-for-1s in some way, and that's where the sweepers come in. Because ordinarily, sweepers aren't like super high impact like they would be in Standard Brawl, just as people playing 1 or 2 really scary creatures, typically earlier than later, leads to sweepers not getting a ton of value. But if you ignore your opponent for a while and you take like 10 or 15 on purpose by just not committing anything, and then 4-for-1ing them with a sweeper, it's a good way to definitely catch back up in that kind of situation. I did misplay some of my Heliod's ossification sort of things. I think there were 2 games where I cast this instead of not casting it, just to cast a sweeper next turn, and then I just lost this anyways, right? It wasn't like I had to answer the creature with this card in that exact iteration, that instance, but so that's something to pay attention to. Just because you can remove something doesn't mean you have to, and then you can cast a sweeper, it dies anyways, and then you have this for later. So I made that mistake, I think, 1 or 2 times. I still don't think I like Elspeth. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. You don't need this. I thought it was good. I think I've already talked about this card in mono white slowness. That it does do the entire token thing alone, so it doesn't need help with tokens. Very uncommon. I think it's really the first card in Magic that's ever done that. But it doesn't mean that what it's doing is complementing the rest of this, especially if I'm still in the cast sweepers for days and lose the tokens situation. It does have a solid -3 though, and it does apply lethal pressure at some point. It's just very slow to do that relative to something like Teferi. The 5 minutes of Teferi, or even Jace or anything, so it's not quite up there with those. I would love if this had some kind of card draw instead of one of the other things, but then I don't know, what would it be doing? So it could probably just be a card draw spell of some sort. Hard to get a ton of card draw in mono white, though. Overwhelming Splendor, pretty solid. Huge fan of it, right? Especially when it just slam dunks into play. You probably can't do anything about it. But yeah, I'd say probably a 7 or 8 out of 10. if I was gonna start rating commanders, but that rating will change as time goes on. So, as of right now, not 6 months from now, somebody in my comments one time, rather recently, commented on a video that was like 8 months old, and they were recommending cards and stuff that didn't exist when I made the video. They're like, "This commander's so bad now," or like, "What are you talking about?" Like, it's 8 months old. The video's a year old. I don't know what you want. They probably didn't know that. It's just funny. So as today, I guess 7 or maybe even 8 out of 10. I think this is mono white sweeper removal control-y thing in general is in an okay position. So probably, higher up there. But the big blue green decks where they can almost completely and utterly ignore you are a nightmare. I didn't see too many though, and they're not totally auto losses, but they are definitely a bit of a nightmare. You don't have counter spells, and what they're doing doesn't really care if it sticks around after they've done it, like Eldrazi or any of the ETB creatures or giant spells like River's Rebuke and stuff like that. So it's just kind of rough. The green side of their deck is like early mana, and then it doesn't matter if you deal with that, because drawing and going back and forth, you're going to run into the big mana stuff eventually before this kills your opponent, most likely. So let me know what you thought about it. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys